Let's go next to Noah from New Jersey. Noah, you were on the air.
Hey,
Noah from New Jersey, you're on the air.
hey, can you hear me, David?
Yes, I can.
Cool. Um, so I don't know if this is a good question to ask. It's not maybe as informational. I kind of have a two-part question, I guess. So um, I still live at home with my parents, and they're both Republicans. My dad has the vaccine, is considering not getting the booster shot. I just got my booster shot.
Okay.
And my mom is completely closed off to the idea of getting the vaccine.
Hmm.
So I just wanted to see if you had any insight on sort of how to deal with sort of family interactions when that's sort of the dynamic.
Well, why doesn't she want the vaccine?
She's she's not quite on the level of QAnon, but she's kind of uh, a little bit paranoid and definitely has some misinformation misleading her.
Okay, like what does she believe about it?
I honestly, to be honest, I don't even really know. I know she doesn't really believe that there's like, I don't think she believes the whole tracking device thing, but I think that she just doesn't think it works. Maybe she doesn't think it's necessary. Yesterday, she said that my niece has a cold, and I said, "Is it definitely a cold or is it COVID?" And she said, "Well, it's definitely a cold because kids get colds all the time." And I was like, "Well, yeah,
Yeah, it's not really an
kids get
argument. So here's the thing.
right,
First, you've got to figure out what it actually is because you said a few different things. You said you don't think she believes the tracking chip stuff. She may not believe the vaccine works, or she may not believe that the vaccine is necessary. These are all different things. So my process would be, and obviously you have to decide for yourself how much you want to argue about this with your mom, but my process would be first, really figure out by listening why they don't want the vaccine. Only when you understand that can we even go to the next step. The next step would be figure out what would change their mind. So if they say, well, the reason I don't want it is I don't think it's safe, you would say, well, if your personal doctor told you it was safe, would you take it? Yeah, I trust my personal doctor. Great. Try to get her to talk to her personal doctor. Other people might say, well, I don't believe that it's effective. Then you say, well, if I showed you if who said it was effective, would you change your mind? And maybe she says, well, I don't know if you showed me data or whatever. The point here is first, you've really got to understand why she doesn't want it. Right now, it doesn't seem like you understand that well enough to really move on to step two.
right, okay. And do I have time to ask one other quick question about
Yeah, go
yourself?
ahead. Go ahead.
So I've spent time following people that maybe used to be in my life that are hardcore Republicans simply for the fact of sort of entertainment stuff that they would post would be entertaining to me.
Sure.
Um, so I ended up unfollowing most of those people because I just felt like it was actually ended up being draining to myself. And I didn't think it was healthy. So I just wanted kind of wondered if you feel that being so involved in politics and having to keep yourself updated with it so much, if that sort of drains you mentally.
Yeah, and so I have to do this for work. So on
Right.
my Facebook, I have unfollowed certain people like that I went to high school with that completely lost their minds. Like there's this one woman who I went to high school with who graduated with me. At the start, I knew she was sort of a Republican, and before the pandemic, she would post some gun stuff and some religious stuff. At the pandemic, she started posting every insane link to every conspiracy theory, vaccine stuff, Fauci, Bill Gates, microchips, everything. So I just unfollowed, because it's just overload. If I'm just browsing Facebook and keeping up with what my friends are doing, I just don't need to be seeing that. I do think the consideration's different. Like I work in this field, so like when I'm looking at Twitter, which I use for work, I can't just get rid of all of the crazy right wing stuff because I'm reporting on it, I'm covering it, I'm engaging with it. But yeah, it is draining. And another thing I recommend is take days off, entire days off. I don't follow what's going on the weekends barely at all. Like I'll see my mom on a Sunday morning and she'll be like, "Did you see?" And I'll be like, "I didn't see it. I checked out after finishing the Friday show." So I think scheduled time away from it is really important.
Right. All right. Thanks, David. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, my pleasure. Very good questions there. I like it. We had a couple dropped calls today, but the ones that we got were really, really good.